Welcome to the graduation ceremony for the class of 2000. The seniors seated in front of you have worked long and hard to get here today, but there are two girls who stand out as having worked longer and harder. This year's co-valedictorians have succeeded in academics, in athletics, and in service to their school and community. I now have the honor to present to you my two friends and this year's co-valedictorians, Emily Nielsen and Julie Samara. Emily Nielsen has had a busy year. Besides taking 3 AP courses and maintaining her 4.0 GPA, she has been very busy being the president of our Key Club and Speech Club. Emily also won the UVM writing contest at our school. She recently received the Presidential Scholar Award. This award is only given to one female and one male from each of the 50 states. With this honor, Emily will travel this summer to Washington, D.C. to meet the president. She has been a member of the National Honor Society since her junior year. She played 6 sports seasons, including 2 on the varsity field hockey team, and she won the Rebel Booster Sportsmanship Award at this year's Sports Award Night. In addition, she was this year's homecoming queen, and she won the most likely to succeed superlative at our senior banquet. Julie Samara has also been busy. Taking 4 AP courses and maintaining her 4.0 GPA, Julie finds time to be the National Honor Society president. She was nominated for Girls' State last year and was the co-founder of the school's French club, Le Cercle Français. She visited France this past February with the International Exchange Program at our school. Julie has so excelled in French that she recently received the Northeast Conference Award for French at our Academic Awards Night. Summer is a busy time for Julie. She volunteered at a Burlington program that provides lunch for Burlington kids. She is already committed to helping this summer as well. Julie has played 6 sports seasons at South Burlington High School, including 2 on the varsity field hockey team. Julie is also an award-winning writer, placing first in the state for the UVM writing contest her sophomore year. Every year since, she has placed in the top 5 for our school. She also attended the New England Writers' Conference at Breadloaf last year. Emily and Julie have had very successful careers at South Burlington High School, and their futures look even brighter. This fall, Emily will be attending Harvard, while Julie will be attending Middlebury. They attended the same preschool, and now, almost 15 years later, I present them both to you as this year's co-valedictorians. Please join me in recognizing Emily Nielsen and Julie Samara.
Thanks, Katie. Wow, some of us have been together for 13 years in the South Burlington school system. It's been a long time. I think my favorite 4 years of that time have been spent in that building behind me. I've really enjoyed it here in South Burlington. I'm honored to be before you today for the last time our class is formally assembled. I liked it here because I had fun and I found things to be excited about. I got excited about working hard to learn or to accomplish a goal, to play sports, to be before a crowd, or to spend time with my friends. Even something ridiculous like hanging from the auditorium ceiling wearing a silly costume made me excited. It only seems appropriate that before this assembled audience of peers, parents, and members of the community that I should have flown on stage wearing my parrot costume. However, due to the limitations of the structure of our now non-existent tent, we found this idea prohibitive. Flying during our talent night skits of the past 2 years made me excited. I looked forward to it, relished the moment, and contentedly reminisced afterward. I looked for that special excitement the rest of the year. I have been fortunate. I have found many experiences like flying while in high school. My hope for me and for all of you in my class is that you will find the things in life that make you excited to take you to greater heights. For me, while I've been here, it has been something as frivolous as these striped wings. My wish for all of you is that if you haven't found your wings yet, that you go to a place where you can find them. And that if you have found them while in high school, that you take them with you when you leave this school and leave with the fortitude to know that you can find them anywhere. I've been glad to be here. Now it is time to go. I wish good luck to you all, even though it is hard for me to show how much you've all meant to me. Thanks, everyone. Farewell, South Burlington High School. There is a vast underground market in commencement speeches, my friends. Speechesonline.net, the speech writing service with a personal touch, charges a mere $30 per minute for a quality, non-canned address for graduations, weddings, bar mitzvahs, all of your public speaking needs. I, however, must adhere to the words of Gerald Ford, who so eloquently stated, "When a man, or woman in this case, is asked to make a speech, the first thing he has to decide is what to say." This is no easy task, for at the close of this chapter of our lives, there is both so much to reflect upon and so much to look forward to. Imagine all of the aspects of our education and school community that have nurtured us thus far. The humor and wisdom of our teachers, the opportunity to witness and utilize the advancement of technology, learn about different cultures, and travel to foreign countries. The chance to show our talents, whether through scoring that key goal, representing the school at speech and writing competitions, singing and playing songs we wrote, demonstrating our dancing and impersonation skills at talent night, or simply supporting our peers. As I read the words of the Dalai Lama, Eleanor Roosevelt, and Martin Luther King Jr. in hopes of finding something valuable to say to you today, I realized that the words of these renowned world leaders seemed oddly inadequate in reflecting upon these experiences we've shared as a class and in demonstrating our vision of the future. Surprisingly, I found that what made me gratefully reflect upon my years at South Burlington High School and what gave me the most hope for the future were the words of my fellow classmates, who should probably consider starting their own speechwriting business. In a recent English class, we were asked to respond to a question found in a poem by Mary Oliver, which demanded, "Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?" Here are some of the things we, the class of 2000, said about our aspirations. I want to develop myself into a person who is needed but is not dependent on anyone else. I want to create my own happiness. I want to find a satisfying way of life, including helping the world, being kind to others and to myself, and dealing with life's pain and suffering in a way that is good. I want people to realize that what makes you a good person is not what you do for recognition, but what you do when no one is watching, the person you are within, that you must treat everyone with compassion to treat anyone with compassion. I want to do what is right. I want to develop honest, assertive, and thought-provoking friendships with people who are very different from me so that we can learn from each other. I want to increase understanding across differences and uphold basic human and animal rights. I want all my actions to be motivated by love. I want to get something out of college. I would like to be more accepting of life and less judgmental while preserving my passion for what is beautiful and good. I would like to be more full of joy, to attend to the moment, to avoid living in the past and in the future. I would like to care less about what others think. I want to enjoy my existence. I want to be myself. Though these words are full of youthful idealism, and it is impossible to know where life will take us as we change and develop ourselves, they are an undeniable source of hope for the future as we enter the world. The words of my classmates not only inspired me, they reminded me of the great impact our friends and peers have had upon our education and growth as human beings. In my 4 years at South Burlington, I've learned from a variety of sources, but beyond textbooks and lecture notes, my friends have taught me how to be strong, to relax, to value others and myself, and to persevere. We have spent these years of our lives learning and growing within a close community. As we move on to new and different experiences and continue to progress, I ask you to remember the hopeful words of your classmates. Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to tell you a quick story if I could. It's part science fiction, part drama, part romantic comedy. It's about a boy named Billy. Billy was a popular high school senior, enjoyed by everyone. Just days before his graduation, he ran into an evil-looking man on the street with his bicycle. A tall, sinister man whose name was El Nino. Billy knocked El Nino clear off his feet and made him drop his crate full of U.S. News magazines. The man was intensely angry. He jumped to his feet, waving his arms and shouting. "You foolish boy," he said, "I will curse your soul. From this day forward, you will grow only in body, not in soul, not in mind." And with that, the mysterious man disappeared with a puff of smoke. Billy did not believe the crazy old person that he met on the street that day. He continued on his path, forgetting the whole thing within days. He graduated high school, went on to college, and then to graduate school. He finished his schooling, ready to take on the world. He searched for a career, first as a tennis player, then as an actor, but found no luck down either road. No career felt right to him. He traveled around the world for a while, looking for the one thing that floated his boat. Everything he tried felt like putting a shoe on the wrong foot. He was confused and distraught and finally remembered the curse from El Nino. His body had grown old, but his heart was still in high school. And so he ventured to the little state of Vermont and strolled into South Burlington High School. He sat down at a desk, but the freaky old adult sitting in world history scared the students, and he was forced to leave. He went to gym to play tennis, but Coach Mack beat him up. As hard as he tried, he could just not return to his true home, the days of youth and high school. "Well, I'll teach Piwa!" Billy screamed with delight as he found the hidden solution to his problem. He immediately got a job at the high school, no one's really sure how, and became a favorite of all the seniors who could sense his trapped soul in his body. Sometimes his poor soul tries to escape its older, more outdated body, and the result is the noise and flailing limbs that Billy's students know so well. Every time his soul tries to get away, though, Billy remembers that he is exactly where he wants to be, surrounded by his 200 closest friends, and settles down. And so, with this totally fictional story of his life, I present to you our commencement speaker, a man overflowing with a youthful energy that we're likely to witness today, the always calm and never outspoken, Mr. Bill Price.
JJ rules. Thank you, Justin. Dear class of 2000, it is much more than that cool number that makes you an extraordinary class. You have worked together, played together, and grown together. You have embraced each other in happiness and comfort each other in sorrow. You have shared the joys of life and felt the pain of loss. Today, we are here to celebrate you, the class of 2000. It's funny. Today is probably the first time we have all been together, and certainly the first time you have been on time. Much more striking, however, this is the last time you will all be together. Today, our different histories, our experiences all merge. And before we part, let us savor the moment with this thought. The UN Charter states, "Since wars begin in the minds of men, it is in the minds of men that the defenses of peace must be constructed." Walt Whitman echoed this sentiment when he said, "The most exciting movement of nature is the opening of an eye, a heart, a mind." Our experience and growth as individuals and as members of the South Burlington High School community must have its truest meaning in this, that our education inside the classroom and out has begun the construction of those defenses of peace and the opening of our hearts and minds. I recently read an article in the Boston Globe. Yes, there is more to life than U.S. news. The article read, "Commencement addresses leave audiences lost. Speakers fail to hold grads' interest." It said, "Commencement speeches were invented largely in the belief that students should not be released from school until they have been properly sedated. The function of the speaker is similar to that of the harpist at the wedding reception. It's merely to provide atmosphere. It is not a performance." The author continued, "About 9 out of 10 speakers forget this, and what you get is an elephant-sized ego coming up and doing handstands." I can't even do handstands. But this isn't about me. Unlike talent night and that king and something, a little bit of research revealed 3 things that students clearly do want in a commencement address. First, you want advice on how to make life's decisions. Do what you love, listen to your conscience, do things that scare you, love somebody, listen more and talk less, give your all to the present and the future will take care of itself, get to know your parents, keep coming back to what matters to you, label jars but not people, live life in your own way and on your own timetable, let go of negative energy, eat yogurt for lunch, laugh at yourself, don't act your age. Some of these I model very well. I was all about this advice thing, but then I remembered the second thing students wanted in a commencement speech: brevity. Mrs. Moyer reminded me of that as well. And the final thing students agreed they wanted in a commencement address is a connection to the personal life experiences of the speaker. This seemed easy. We have learned much together. I tried to teach you to be passionate about public issues and world affairs. You tried to teach me to be passionate in a normal tone of voice especially first thing in the morning. I taught you that articles don't read themselves, and if you didn't get that, I would see you in September. You learn the importance of good organizational skills, thanks to Mr. Godfrey. You worried often that I had too much time on my hands. And in the lobby, what were you doing there? I demonstrated often how to beat a dead horse until the cows come home on a slippery slope and stuff. You gave me feedback on what I wore. I gave you feedback on what you read or didn't. We both had good days and bad. I redesigned sentence structure and made up words. I thought that was pretty cool. You didn't think so. I sometimes spoke Greek, Dutch, mispronounced names of Latin American countries, and said Pokemon and schedule just to annoy you. You came in late with these, packed up early, and left me with these. You really liked how that annoyed me. You found out that my password was Billy. I discovered that you really, really like that name. Much better than Mr. Price. Graduates, the future of our community, the nation, and this earth is in each of your hands. Treat it with respect, dignity, courage, and humanity. Your future is so sweet. When you handle it, be gentle, be yourself, and be kind. Use your capacity to think with your heart as well as your mind. Real fulfillment will come from striving for a worthwhile objective that is larger than your own self. Pursue it as if the whole world depends on it. At his daughter's graduation, William Faulkner said, "Never be afraid to raise your voice for honesty and truth and compassion against lying and injustice and greed. If people all over the world, in thousands of places like this one, would do that, it would change the earth." Think about that. Please know how honored I am to be sharing part of this special occasion with you today. Congratulations and all the very, very best to you, class of 2000.
remembered still by one. A soul cries out in vacant silence, a song heard by one, until an angel hears our song, a melody for one. Sing, play, sing, play, an aching passion manifested deep within. Sing, play, sing, Let me sing for you, let me play for you. I will wrap you in love. I will wrap you in love.
Members of the National Honor Society must meet a number of requirements in order to qualify. They must achieve a 3.5 grade point average. Then, they submit an application in which they prove their leadership, character, and service. These applications are reviewed by a committee of teachers. The class of 2000 has one of the largest Honor Society contingents that South Burlington High School has ever had. I am proud to present them to you. I would ask that they please rise and face the audience and that applause be held until all are called. Michael Abrams, Caitlin Andrew, Katie Arthur, Cole Bolton, Jennifer Catalano, Meredith Cowie, Emily Dulce, Melanie Groover, Anya Gushin, Hannah Hafter, Justin Jennings, Emily Kearns, Allison Lesage, Yang Ma, Camille Michaud, Emily Nielsen, Erica Christina Pinellas, Christopher Ruiz, Julie Samara, Jessica Scott, Anna Swenson, William Twyble, Michelle Verano, Laura Whitney, Christina Wilkins, and Allison Williams.
I invite the following graduates to please rise and turn to face the audience. Katie Arthur, Matt Campbell, Megan Korologus, Vinnie Devadanam, Emily Dolce, Hannah Hafter, Emily Kearns, Allison Lesage, Young Ma, Matt Moreau, Emily Nielsen, Erica Pinellas, Tyler Russell, Julie Samara, Jessica Scott, Christina Wilkins. Each year, the faculty chooses a number of seniors to receive the Service and Leadership Awards. These young men and women are selected as a result of their commitment to making a positive difference in the lives of others. They have demonstrated integrity, dedication, sensitivity, and achievement. The time and energy these students have devoted to a variety of activities and causes have resulted in a significant contribution to the school and community. We thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm very proud to present the awards and scholarships to this year's graduates. In addition to those printed in the program, many have received scholarships from technical schools, universities, colleges, as well as the armed services. Many also have jobs and apprenticeships lined up for the day after graduation. At our graduation ceremony, we focus on those awards and scholarships that are significant, particular to our school, our community, and our region. As I call each graduate, I would ask that they come forward to receive their award or scholarship, and I would ask that the audience hold their applause until the entire list of scholarships after each student has been read. Michael S. Abrams. Michael is the recipient of the Charles F. Bond Award, sponsored by the South Burlington Educators Association for recognition in the area of life sciences. Michael. Nicole L. Roy. Nicole is the recipient of the Ronald V. Folks Memorial Scholarship. Mr. Folks was the first music director at South Burlington High School. Ariel S. Gallant Bernstein. Ariel has been selected as the recipient of the Music Department Award. Ariel? Gio A. Mola. Gio is the co-recipient of the Music Department Award, as well as the recipient of the South Burlington Educators Association Award. Congratulations to Gio. Jennifer Brace. The Art Department has selected Jennifer as the recipient of the Art Department Award. Hillary T. Roberts. Hillary has been selected as the recipient of the Roger Bedard Award for Outstanding Achievement in Technology Education. Congratulations to Hillary. Nicholas M. Giard. The Industrial Arts Technology Department has selected Nicholas as the recipient of the Gary Barber Memorial Industrial Arts Award. Jennifer M. Catalano. Jennifer is receiving 2 awards, the Abigail Rush Memorial World Language Award and the World Languages Department French Award. Melanie L. Groover. Melanie is the recipient of the Ulrich Lepman Memorial World Language Award. Melanie. Aaron L. Carlson, World Language Department German Award. Congratulations to Aaron. Leela S. George Wheeler, the World Languages Department Spanish Award recipient for the class of 2000. Takes a second to get up here. Misty McGlaris, the World Languages Department has recognized Misty for their departmental award in Latin this year. Misty. Hannah E. Hafter. Hannah is the recipient of the National Merit Corporation Award Certificate of Merit. Hannah. Emily D. Dolce. Emily is the recipient of the National Merit Corporation Awards Letter of Commendation. She is also the recipient of the South Burlington Central School Award. Martin J. Paulson. Martin is the recipient of the National Merit Corporation Awards Letter of Commendation. Martin, congratulations. Christopher J. Walsh, National Merit Corporation Awards Letter of Commendation. Chris Walsh. Eric W. West, National Merit Corporation Awards Letter of Commendation. Eric. Matthew J. Campbell. Matthew Campbell is the recipient of the South Burlington High School Student Council Award. He is also the recipient of the Robert L. Yaden Memorial Award. Camille C. Michaud, recipient of the Alan B. Cummings Memorial Award and the Vermont State Council of the Knights of Columbus Award. Congratulations, Camille. Christina D. Wilkins, the recipient of this year's Don Duell Jr. and Don Duell Sr. Memorial Awards. Congratulations, Tina. Emily L. Kearns. Emily is the recipient of the Frederick H. Tuttle Memorial Award presented by the South Burlington Educators Association and also a Can Do Award presented anonymously. Emily? Brennan N. Carney. Brennan is the recipient of the Gary D. Iverson Memorial Award. Brennan. Christopher A. Ruiz. Christopher is the recipient of the William W. Caswell Jr. Memorial Award. Congratulations, Christopher. William C. Twible. William is the recipient of the John Torpy Memorial Award and the Melissa J. Wells Memorial Award. Congratulations, William. David M. Gilligan. David is the recipient of the Peter Dale Hart Scholarship, which is being presented this year for the first time. Peter graduated in 1964. He died last year, and his classmates and family have started the fund in his memory. His parents, Mr. and Mrs. George Hart, are here, and I'd like to ask them to stand so that we can recognize them, as well as recognize the first recipient of the Peter Dale Hart Scholarship, David Gilligan and Mr. and Mrs. Hart. Jennifer A. Lee. Jennifer is the recipient of the Robert D. Lull Jr. Memorial Award. Congratulations, Jennifer. Erica K. Pinellas. Erica is the recipient of the Robert L. Yaden Memorial Award. Congratulations to Erica. Matthew B. Morrow. Matthew is the recipient of the SBHS Parents Association Award in memory of Margaret Wise, who was a librarian at our school. Congratulations to Matt. Nicole E. Maloof. Nicole is the recipient of the Thomas F. Breen Sr. Memorial Award. She is also the recipient of the SBHS Rebel Booster Award. Congratulations, Nicole. Daniel J. Lemieux. Daniel is the recipient of the Thomas Senesac Memorial Fund Award. Congratulations to Daniel. Melinda C. Gagnon. Melinda is a recipient of the Can Do Awards, which are presented annually anonymously. Melinda? Congratulations. Melissa K. Mosan. Melissa is also the recipient of a Can Do Award, which are presented annually anonymously. Melissa. Aaron K. Purcell. Aaron is also the recipient of another Can Do Award, which again is presented anonymously, annually, and has been for many years. Congratulations to Aaron. Katie L. Arthur. Katie is the recipient of this year's Goss Dodge Award. Congratulations to Katie. Allison M. Lesage. Allison is the recipient of the Orchard School Parent-Teacher Association Award. Allison Lesage. Young Ma. Young Ma is the recipient of this year's Freedom Chrysler Plymouth, Freedom Nissan, Saturn of South Burlington, and Freedom Chevrolet Jeep of Waterbury Annual Award. Congratulations to Young Ma. Allison K. Noss. Allison was selected by the New England Federal Credit Union as the recipient of their award. Congratulations to Allison. Namik Sevlik. Namik has been selected by the South Burlington Rotary Club to receive their annual award at this year's graduation. Congratulations to Namik. Aaron J. Chamberlain. Aaron Chamberlain has been selected as the recipient of the Thomas A. Farrell Annual Scholarship and Award. Congratulations to Aaron. Tyler F. Dion. Tyler is the recipient of the Vermont State Labor Council James Cross Scholarship Award. Tyler, congratulations. Nicholas Charles Morwood. This award is not on the program, and in actuality, it is Nick presenting the school with an award to be presented next year. Nick, with the help of the Student Council, would like a friend to be remembered. Ira Bancroft has been unable to attend school this year due to health reasons. Nick wishes this award to be given next year to a student who persists, meets obstacles outside of school with courage and dignity. We want to recognize Nick and accept it on behalf of an entire outstanding student body for another student in the school. Thank you, Nick. Thank you. Thanks, Nick. Megan Frozelone, would you please come forward? John Herbert was the first principal of South Burlington High School. An award has been established in his honor to recognize a student who has overcome obstacles and is graduating. Reaching today has not always been easy, either in school or outside. Megan is persistent, and she's graduating today with grace and pride. She is the winner of the John Herbert Award. We congratulate her. We have an envelope and also some flowers for Megan. There's a bunch, you got some flowers, and she is our recipient as she graduates with much hope in the future, Megan Frozelone. Cole X. Bolton. Cole is the recipient of a National Merit Corporation Award Certificate of Merit. He is also the recipient of the Vermont Gas Systems Award. Meredith L. Cowie. Meredith is the recipient of the North Country Federal Credit Union Award. Congratulations to Meredith. Jessica A. Scott. Jessica is the recipient of the Ulrich Lehmann Memorial World Language Award. She is also the recipient of the National Merit Corporation Award Letter of Commendation. Congratulations to Jessica. Allison A. Williams. Allison is the recipient of the Rebecca Dubuque Award. Congratulations to Allison. We're going to wait 1 second while Mr. Chapman pins on some very special medallions. Why don't you folks move center stage, right in front? At this time, I'd like to proudly present to you 4 outstanding students. They stand before you wearing their medals of distinction, having received them from Superintendent Chapman. They're scholars, musicians, athletes, linguists, and wonderfully kind individuals. I present to you Cole Bolton, Meredith Cowie, Jessica Scott, and Allison Williams, this year's co-salutatorians. Thank you. Would Emily L. Nielsen please come forward? Emily is the recipient of the Social Studies Department Award, the Physical Science Achievement Award, the John E. McGee Award for Excellence in Mathematics, the National Merit Corporation Award Letter of Commendation, She's also a presidential scholar who's just lost her mortarboard in the wind. The South Burlington High School Key Club Award, and the Frederick H. Tuttle Middle School Parent-Teacher Association Award. Congratulations to Emily. Julie P. Samara, could you please come forward? Julie is the recipient of the Esther J. Urey Award for Excellence in English, the World Languages Department French Award, SBH National Honor Society Award, and the Other Paper Award. Congratulations to Julie Samara. Then you get your medal. I'm going to wait 1 second while Mr. Chapman presents her with her medal. They're really tiny little clasps on these things that take a second. I'd like to formally introduce you to two exceptional young women. They stand before you wearing their medals of distinction. They represent the very finest characteristics of students: integrity, decency, kindness, and service to others. Academically talented students, they're also musicians, athletes, writers, and linguists. We proudly present to you Emily Nielsen and Julie Samara, this year's co-valedictorians. Thank you. Before I present the class to Mr. Chapman for confirmation of diplomas, I want to say thank you to the class of 2000. You've left a legacy here. You were the first class that finally got the in-school radio station organized. You ran the freshman service day. You ran the diverse opportunity day. You talked me into having live bands on the tennis court during homecoming, and you've really left a legacy. Mostly, I think your biggest legacy is the standard that you've set for students volunteering at our school. You've stepped forward when we've wanted volunteers for student interview committees, school and district development teams, strategic planning, writing projects, and grants. I'm hoping that you've set a standard that will continue for student empowerment. I'd like to think that perhaps what's happened here the last couple of days in terms of weather and your celebration tent are sort of analogous to your life as a class here. There were some days of very gray sorrow here. There were also roars of thunder when you challenged the establishment. There were rays of sunshine, and there were unexpected tragedies. But every time you dug deep, you came out and you did it. You finally won talent night, which was wonderful. You dug deep, all right? And you're sitting here today where yesterday a tent stood in shambles. You've sort of been like the phoenix rising from the ashes. We thank you. Godspeed to you wherever your future takes you. And now, Mr. Chapman, I proudly present to you the class of 2000. They have met the academic requirements of the South Burlington School District and are ready for you to confer diplomas. Superintendent Chapman.
Michael Sathya Abrams. Mark Patrick Alexander. Peter Robert Anderson. Caitlin Elizabeth Andrew. Katie Lynn Arthur. Nicholas Arthur Onchman. Tori Alexandria Babbitts. Lee Michael Baker. Nathan E. Bancroft. Russell J. Bean. Randy Myron Berard. Jason Roger Bergeron. Cole Xander Bolton. Jacqueline Brace. Jennifer Brace. Scott David Bratley. Tristan Harry Brickell. Kelly Yvonne Brown. Jonathan Brunn. Matthew David Brunel. Michael Edward Beekler. Danielle Marie Bushy. Lucas John Cady. Matthew John Campbell. Aaron Lynn Carlson. Brennan Norris Carney. Katie Marlene Carter. Jennifer Marie Straw Catalan. Graham Michael Childress. Kevin James Coffrin. Ben Collette. Angela Connolly. Charles E. Connolly. Megan Teresa Korologos. Mary Phyllis Coro. Chana Lee Joy Coda. Brooke Christina Cody. Meredith Lee Cowie. Jeffrey David Cram. William Nicholas Crow. Matthew Corey Dobbenspeck. Stephanie Lynn Desitel. Vinay Devadanam. Kevin Ty Devaney. Tyler Francis Dion. Christopher Gerald DiVincenzo. Emily Dean Dulce. Lisa Marie Dubuque. Leanne Kristen Duda. Lucas Robert Dusablon. Anna Marie Dustera. Imani El Karim Abdullah Edwards. Mark Asher Evnan. Samantha Lynn Farrell. Alicia Camille Ferreira. Alfred Joseph Fichera III. Nicole Donna Foley. Shannon Lee Fortin. Sean Paul Fortin. Mark Matthew Frail. Patrick Taylor French. Megan Frozalone. Colby Tomlin Gage. Melinda Carol Gagnon. Ariel Shayna Gallant Bernstein. Tyler Wright Gauthier. Corey Elizabeth Jelinas. Stacy Maria Gentile. Leela Sophia George Wheeler. Nicholas Martin Giard. David Michael Gilligan. Kyle David Goldberg. Timothy Michael Goodell. Melanie Lynn Groover. Anya G. Gushin. Hannah Elizabeth Hafter. Scott Allen Harrington. Lindsay Ann Hayes. Ethan Andrew Hodgson. Amanda Ann Horican. Jonathan Michael Hoy. Jennifer Madeline Hull. Michelle Lee Hunter. Elizabeth Marie Hurlbert. Lonnie Howard Isham. Jonathan Clay Jackson. Justin Kelly Jennings. Daniel Charles Johnson, received by friend Brett Beers, who will present to Dan's parents. Lindsay R. Julo. Eliza Catherine Kane. Christopher R. Kaufman. Victoria Louise Kazak. Emily Lauren Kearns. Travis Justin Keogh. Heather Ray Lamunda. Jennifer I. Lee. Tiffany Fung Lee. Christopher James LaFave. Christopher Martin Leap. Daniel John Lemieux. Allison Marie Lesage. Beata Lipsky. Nora Rose Lipson. Jason Arthur Lockwood. Christopher Justin Lowell. Dorada Luxka. Brad J. Lucier. Young Ma. Misty M. McGlaris. Patrick John Mahoney. Nicole Evelyn Malouf. Jenny L. Marchessault. Eric James Martin. Dev Matthew Massimi. Kelly Elizabeth McGrath. William Frederick Meeker. Sarah E. Minier. Camille Christine Michaud. Christopher David Malizia. Gio Angelo Mola. Matthew V. Moreau. Nicholas Charles Morwood. Melissa Christine Mozan. Dina Holly Myers. Allison Kirby Noss. Catherine M. New. Emily Louise Nielsen. Darian Christopher Parker. Stephanie Ann Parrott. Martin James Paulson. Rebecca Lynn Pecor. Rebecca Lynn Pelkey. Justin Cale Pentonrider. John Joseph Peters. Erica Christina Bradstreet Pinellas. Michael Edward Prendergast. Aaron Kathleen Purcell. R. James Richard II. Hillary Terrell Roberts. Anne Elizabeth Marie Robitaille. Joshua M. Rushlow. Nathan M. Rose. Catherine Bourne Ross. Nicole Marie Ruel. Christopher A. Ruiz. Nicole Lucy Roy. Tyler Scott Russell. Megan Elaine Ryan. John Luke Ryder. Franco Antonio Salisi IV. Julie Parrish Samara. Casey Marie Scandori. Jessica Ann Scott. Nathan Andrew Senesac. Namik Sevlik. Aaron Lee Small. Hannah Esther Stanley. Corey Joseph Stillwell. Keith Edward Strait. Aaron Elizabeth Sweeney. Anna Hildy Swenson. Amanda Catherine Tebow. William Christopher Twyble. Susanna Jean Lamb Venberg. Michelle Elizabeth Verano. Catherine Irene Vigil. Martin Fulma. Christopher Joseph Walsh. Veronica Rose Warnock. Erin Elizabeth Way. Sarah Bridgman Weatherly. Eric William West. Lori Ann Labreck Whipple. Nicholas J. White. Laura Kate Whitney. Christina D. Wilkins. James Michael Willett. Allison Abigail Williams. Nicole Elizabeth Wolcott.
Congratulations to the class of 2000.
All right, guys, it's finally here. It's taken us 4 years to get here, but we made it. Like all the classes, we've had our ups and we've had our downs. We overcame all that, and here we are today. Look around you at each other. Can you remember your first day of high school, your first class, the first time you saw some of the faces around you? Soon you'll have to say goodbye to some of them, never to be seen again. This is the last time we, the class of 2000, will ever be seen together. We're moving up in the world. We've all changed in so much and in so many ways. We've become a part of each other's lives and a part of each other. And now it's hard to believe that those 4 years have passed us by. Although we will not be together in person, we will still have the memories. Do not forget the fun you have had and the friendships you have made in high school. Some of them will last you forever. Cherish your friends. Keep in touch with them. And remember the good times and learn from the not so good ones, because now that's all we can do. The past is the past. Look toward your futures. Form new friendships. Be young while you still can, and enjoy life as it presents itself to you. Do one thing before you leave here today, though. Make sure you say goodbye to as many people as possible. Not just to your friends either, but to your teachers as well. Thank them for what they have done for you, for us. As teachers, they do not just teach us, they inspire us. They show us our dreams can come true, and they encourage us to conquer the world. We have done so much, seen so many things, and we are not even in our 20s yet. Graduation may just be one more step we are taking, but this step is signifying 4 years of hard work, long practices, late-night study sessions, friendships, and the beginning of the rest of our lives. Now, if we can do this with wind, you can all take your tassels in the left side, and move them to the right. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you South Burlington High School's graduating class of 2000.